All right, so this video is a real basic one. It's on what is guard, right? So guard is a position in jiu-jitsu. So in jiu-jitsu, you get standing position, right? Boom, two of us are standing. And then we have positions that are on the ground, right? So if you're in guard on the ground, it means that your legs are around your opponent, which puts your hips higher than yours, right? So if Dan's on the ground like this, and I have my legs around his back, I have him in guard, right? So guard is a position that's defensively strong and offensively strong if you know what you're doing in jiu-jitsu from the bottom, right? The reason why guard is strong is because my legs are above Dan's hips. What this does is it makes it so that there's a lot of submissions available to me and not very many available to him, right? So this is just gonna be a real quick overview. Obviously, we're gonna get into actual techniques after this, but when I have guard where my legs are above his, if Dan tries to choke me from here, he can get his hands in position and whatnot, but since I have higher hips and my legs are around above his waist, I can use my legs to push him away. If he tries to go for like cross collar or something again, right here, boom, I have the leverage to break his grips. I have the leverage to control him with my legs to some degree, pull him in, push him out. Whereas if I start choking him, right, if I'm able to bring him down and pull him down right here, he's gonna have to like seriously work to get out of this. So just like press super hard on my arms and just start working out of it. Like, yeah, he's gotta put in like a whole lot of muscular effort in order to try to stop me from doing this. Most likely, I'm gonna end up with the win in a situation like that. Also, joint locks from guard in this position. Since my hips are above Dan's hips, if I want to go for some sort of an arm lock or something, I'm right here. You want your legs to help control. You're here. You can hit an arm bar, something like that. If Dan were to try to arm bar me from here, his legs can't come through my legs, right? So it doesn't exist. Like, he might be able to control my wrists a little bit, but he can't get into like a true submitting position. Outside of guard, if Dan has me mounted, which is where he is above my hips, it's essentially like he's in guard from the top, or you could think guard is essentially like you have the person mounted right from your back. In this position, since Dan's hips and legs are above my hips and legs, if I try to choke him, it's gonna be the same situation. He can just kind of posture out, not gonna be super hard to stop him. If I try to attack one of his arms, I don't have my legs to hold him, I'm never gonna get it. Whereas if he starts choking me from here, I mean, I'm gonna have to literally just use my strength to get out of this. I don't have really a proper escape because he has so much leverage on me. He's most likely gonna get the submission. And then similarly, if he starts attacking my arm, just like a basic arm bar, Kimura or something like that, yeah, from right here, there's his leg over my head. He's gonna be able to get the arm lock on me, whereas you saw earlier, I could not get the arm lock on him. So guard position is just where you have your legs wrapped around your opponent. So we come back here again. Above the hips, right there. This is our closed guard position. It allows us to control the guy's posture with our legs. Once we have them pulled down, it allows us to control their posture with our arms with much more leverage. It gives us the ability to swivel our legs for arm bars, for triangle chokes, for Kimuras and omoplatas, all sorts of things that you'll learn in this. It allows us to sit ourselves up, get cross collar chokes for your no-gi. You can do it in gi too, but more likely a no-gi. You'll be able to get guillotines from there. And from this position, you have the ability, if you break their posture, to use your legs to help sweep, come on top of them. From the bottom, when the other person has you mounted, even if I'm able to, like Upa Dan, which is you'll learn this technique. It's actually a super important technique just because you don't want to sit under here and just take a beating from mount all the time. But even if I'm able to come back on top from being mounted, I'm right here, I roll Dan in this direction, he has guard on me. So I have to kind of escape twofold. I have to escape being on bottom, and then I have to escape his guard from right here. So guard's real important. Even if I'm able to escape mount, if he can maintain guard on me, again, he can just grab his cross collar on me. He can grab his arm bar or something like that. So at this point, Dan has me in guard. His legs are above my waist. They're locked here. He has me in closed guard. Very, very important position in jiu-jitsu. Very, very important position in MMA and self-defense. And that's the gist of it. We're gonna jump right into some other stuff, and the other stuff will get you very, very familiar with guard.